Welcome back to Two Brothers Comics. I'm Nick, and today we're going to be doing a CBCS send-off. What are the 3-4 books I'm going to be sending off to CBCS to have graded so that I can throw them up on the wall back behind me? Now, it has been quite a few months since I've done any type of send-off to CBCS and or even CGC for that matter, but I think turnaround times are starting to get a little bit better, and I think it's time to send some stuff off, and I picked up some pretty cool books recently to do so. Now, let's kick it off with the very first book.
Whoa. Hold on. The 9.2 crew is in the house, and everybody knows that the 9.2 crew, we only send to CGC out here, all right? The premier grading company on the market. The market-setting, trend-making grading company, all right?
Well, listen here, you son of CBCS is the clear choice.
I don't know because those cases look a little fuzzy depending on who you ask. So 9.2 crew is here, and we're gonna be showing off what I'm sending to CGC. Now, I do want to put a disclaimer out there. I'm not like a CGC simp. I really don't care much for the either way, but because everything I have is CGC, I like to keep it uniform. So, Nick, you're sending to CBCS, I'm sending to CGC. Let's show them what we're sending off, though.
All right. Well, I tell you what, because I know you were probably sending off more books than I am, I'll let you go first.
Okay.
And since you probably won't have yours back for a good 12 to 13 months from now anyways, that'll give you plenty of time to go ahead and show off your books.
I don't think it's going to take 12 months to get mine back because I'm paying for that fast track service. So I'm hoping to have mine back by Christmas.
Yeah, well, I tell you this much. If you're going to pay more money to get just service to get it done in half time, it's still going to be 6 months turnaround time. But you do what you want to do. I will pay a fair price, not have to fast track anything, and I'll still get mine back probably by Thanksgiving in a slab that doesn't ever have to be regraded or reholdered, and it looks pretty dang good in my opinion. So, and I did the twerking test. We know that CBCS cases are stronger.
You did do that. They're definitely stronger than those CGC magazine cases.
That's for God.
Sure. I cannot wait until we get a hold of the CBCS magazine case. I'm looking forward to testing those out. Well, let's jump into this. So the first thing I'm going to be sending off, these first two are actually going to go in the modern tier. So I'm sending off two different tiers, but there's a reason. So the first one I'm sending off is Swamp Thing issue 49 from Alan Moore's run. This is probably my favorite Swamp Thing cover of all time, and this is a minty copy, and I'm expecting this one to hit the 9.2, 9.4 range, if not better, because this Joker is beautiful.
That doesn't look nearly as good as the Swamp Thing #1 I have in my long boxes, the real Swamp Thing #1, but that's fine. The first book I'm going to send off to CBCS, I've had this book in my collection for over a year now, and I've yet to do anything with it. But this is one of the probably top 2 most important books to me in my collection. It is the Footprint book that we did last year, My Little Girl. Everybody's, that's in every video from her, basically the first few months she was alive. This is the year 1 mark, and I'm actually getting ready to do year 2, but it's time to go ahead and get this one sent off and get it graded.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
The next one I'm going to be sending off is also going to hit the modern tier, just barely, but this was a book that I purchased earlier this year because I wanted it due to Ghost Rider being a part of it, and I thought it was a super cool book. Well, now everybody thinks it's a super cool book, and now it's gotten really expensive, but I'm sending off my Marvel Premiere issue number 28, the first appearance of the Legion of Monsters. This is just an awesome book. I love the yellow cover, and this is one of the only Marvel covers that I've been able to find that Nick Cardy actually did, so that's super cool. I've got this one slated to hit about a 7.0, maybe a 7.5. If it comes back better, awesome. If not, it's all good because I'm just super pumped that I was able to grab that at an affordable price at the right time.
You didn't pay much for it.
Like $40.
Yeah, it was at Dave's, right?
Actually, I got that one from John at Syndicate, my local comic shop.
Was I there that day?
Boxes. Nope. No, it was that day that I was looking through a box he was going to send to CGC, and I showed a lot of stuff on Instagram that day, and I believe you saw it in there. But yeah, the only thing about it is it does have a little bit of a grease pen mark here, right in the corner.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it comes off, cool. If not, I don't think they really hit you too hard for it, but I'm definitely wanting to get that one graded so I can display it on the slab wall.
Right on.
Where's your slab wall, Nick? That little tiny thing behind you? Huh?
Look, all those books right there.
Mine's bigger.
I can't say a word.
You're working on it, though. You're working on it.
Well, like I said, I've redirected the way my entire comic collection and kind of what I'm doing with it. And I did a ton of sales of stuff, but the books I am going to have are definitely going to be the few books that I do love and enjoy.
Yeah, I think now we're both headed in the same direction, kind of.
Yeah, instead of just buying anything and everything. And again, I'm not a huge, got to have everything slab, but these few books are ones I want to preserve. And that's why this next one is a book that I've always wanted, and we bought one, sent it off to Comics with Bueller, and it was so tough for me to hold this in my hand. I mean, it was just so tough.
I felt the same way. Because I had it in my hands before you did. I mean, it passed through both of our hands before Bueller got it, and it's amazing that he actually ended up with it.
Yeah, because, and then I was like, well, if I have to give this away, well, we chose to. I'm going to put it in a box, and I'm going to make it fun to open, and then he couldn't even get it open. But ever since that moment, I've always wanted it, but to have it in my hands made it really I need the book. So earlier this year at Lexington ComiKon, I went ahead and picked up Iron Man #1. It is a low grade copy, but that's fine. None of that matters to me. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. Iron Man is the reason, MCU Iron Man, Mr. Tony Stank back here, he's the reason why I am into comic books. So it meant a lot to have this. And right now it's in the Gator Guard, which I actually love the way this displays. But long-term preservation, it's going to be better to have it actually in a slab, just with their preservation techniques. So that is, God, that's such a gorgeous book. And I don't expect this to come back any more than maybe a 1520 maybe, but we'll see. We'll see.
You might get a little better. I think you might get a 2.5 out of that.
It just depends. That cover right there.
I really like the wear on it, though. I think it really works for a book like that. I think it makes it look cool, and it I dig it.
Like I said, I like the wear on this one versus the next book I'm going to show, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
All right, so these next 3 are books that I've been waiting for a long time to send off, and the next 2 are also by the same artist. Nick was with me when I picked this one up last year at Dave's Comics and Collectibles on the Black Friday sale. This is a book that I don't know if everybody's going to know anything about, but this is an awesome Neil Adams cover with Hot Wheels issue number 6. When I picked this up, my first thoughts were, you know what, I'm going to be doing some comic shows. It was getting close to Christmas. I'll probably need some Christmas covers, so I picked it up. And then I really fell in love with this cover. You've got Santa Claus about to just trash these people with this death machine Santa sleigh. Then I found out it was a Neil Adams cover. And then I noticed how great this book looked, and I looked up on the census, and it's a very, very low number of these on the census, especially in high grade. And I got this one hitting I'm hoping it hits an 8.0. It'd be cool if it hit an 8.5. I think it's good enough. But this one right here, it's nothing super special. I don't even know how expensive it is in an 8.0 or an 8.5. It's hard to find any data on it.
So up at the top of that, was that wear or was that part of the snow?
Yeah, that's the snow.
Okay, because I was like, man, that's pretty high grade. But I see now.
Yeah, so I wanted to send some DC comics off. I've got one DC book on my wall, and it's The Killing Joke here. So we've got Swamp Thing, and now we've got Hot Wheels. So we're going to continue on with the DC love and the Neil Adams. This is another one I picked up from Dave's Comics and Collectibles last year.
That's nice.
This is the book that Neil Adams hates the cover on, because he hates how bold this one black line is, and he does not like how he did Superman's leg to get around the Kryptonite Nevermore. But Superman 233 is an iconic cover. I've got the poster hanging up on the wall, so I got to get this one graded.
Yep.
And this one I'm a little more... I got this one, I'm thinking maybe like a 7.5. maybe an 8.0 if I'm super lucky. But regardless, I think this is a book that I definitely want to have on the wall. It's very iconic, and even though Neil Adams doesn't like it, I dig it. I dig it.
That's strange to me. He doesn't like it. It's kind of like that Todd McFarlane Batman 423.
Yeah, something so iconic, and the artist is like, I don't like that one. So now this last one I'm going to show, and then we'll let Nick go, and then I'll show my last one. This one was a gift that I got with my Marvel Spotlight number 5 from my buddy Man Cave, and it's awesome that I've been really falling in love with Ben Grimm, The Thing, Fantastic Four issue 55, Jack Kirby on the cover. Silver Surfer's 4th appearance, I believe, but it's Silver Surfer and Ben Grimm. The story that started in Fantastic Four issue number 50. Yeah, 50. At the tail end of that, Ben Grimm, Silver Surfer. Surfer doesn't know it, but there's a bit of a tussle coming, and it's all going to culminate in this issue. And I've just fallen in love with Ben Grimm. Jack Kirby's my guy, and so I definitely am excited to get this awesome book here graded. I'm thinking it's going to hit like a 6.0, 6.5, so we'll see.
Right on, right on. Right, so those are some pretty good books, but this next one is another book that I've really been, it's kind of been on the wish list for a while, and it started making some hot 10 lists, which means it took off in price. And when that happens, you either wait it out and hope it comes back down, or you jump on it and just bite the bullet. So I've actually was searching for it, and one night I was having a fever, not thinking right, and I started putting out a bunch of offers on eBay, and that's kind of that moment where I really committed to it. Thankfully, they all got declined. But I had been searching and searching, and I actually found somebody local through Facebook Marketplace that was selling some books. I messaged him about this specific book, and he got back to me, and I missed the message. And then like a week and a half later, he followed up. He's like, "Hey, are you interested?" I said, "Well, yeah, absolutely. My bad. Would you take this amount?" Not thinking he would accept it.
Whoa. You tried to talk someone down on a price of
I
a
did
book?
try to negotiate a little.
Now, see, I thought that was against the rules, because when I negotiate for you, you give them more money than I get them down to. So that just amazes me that you negotiated with someone.
That was I would buy it at this price point offer, but I'm hoping you don't actually accept. And he did accept, which, like, that's fine. So I ended up with this book at honestly a really solid price. You couldn't ask for a better price for what I paid for it. I've seen 0.5s going for more than this, but it is ASM 50, the first appearance Kingpin, which I actually don't care anything about. If I'm going to be candid about that, it is strictly this cover. It is a gorgeous cover, and I was mentioning earlier the wear, the chipping up top here is a little rough, and I do hate the fact that Spider-Man is not complete here. But again, for the price point, the main part of the cover is very good and intact. So I'm super pumped about that. And it's in this BCW store folio, only because I don't have a Silver Age Gator Guard to put it in.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm going to go ahead and send it off to the Clear Choice Grading Company, CBCS, and have it protected and put it back up on the wall. But I absolutely love that cover. And the big thing for me was to make sure the colors were there.
Yeah.
And there was nothing, messing up.
Gotta have that deep, rich red.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't want any fading. And I'm telling you, these reds are just as deep as probably the day it was printed. Now it's a rough copy, but that's fine. I don't want to spend $2,000-$4,000 on a super high grade. It was just for me, the colors needed to be there, and they absolutely were. So those are the two books, and now I'm kind of scratching my head figuring out what I want to get next.
We'll find you something. I promise you we can do.
Well,
that.
there's that one book.
I'm kind of in the same realm.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, somehow you find it, and I hate that sometimes that I find something to get after next, because I kind of enjoy when I'm not really after anything.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, another one, like, I love that Submariner 1, and I would love to buy a 2.5 Submariner 1, and like a just a few $100 price point I would be comfortable with, because that is a book that I love the cover. Absolutely love it. And I think it would look so good next to that Iron Man number 1.
It looks great next to the first appearance of Ghost Rider.
I'm sure it does.
It does. It's fantastic.
Old Nick Cage back there.
Speaking of Ghost Rider, speaking of Johnny Blaze, my last book that I'm sending off, the most expensive book that we have shown today, which is shocking. Shocking, because I spent $5 on this book last year, because I never thought that I would own I would never thought I would own this guy. So I picked up for $5 last year Marvel Spotlight issue number 6, second appearance of Johnny Blaze, and I love this cover. I love the photo, the picture frame style cover that it has. That blue is just really pretty. And I've got this one hitting, I don't know, 8590 if we're lucky. Maybe. But
Well, with CGC and the way CGC grades, I mean, it could come back a 9.6.
Hey, that's,
you don't know.
I'm okay with that, because if it comes back at 9.6 based on recent sales, this baby might be hitting like a $2,500 range, which I'm not selling it, but it's super cool to think about. If this hits a 9.0, well, that's from what we've seen recently, that's about a $2,000 book that I spent $5 on.
Well, just be happy if it comes back in like the correct case, or even comes back to you at all the way CGC does things. Could end up at some comic shop in Ohio.
You're correct. I mean, we could have another one of those CGC massive explosions from me. And people are probably like, well, if you have such problems, why do you keep sending it? Well, everything's already got CGC labels, except for this guy right here, which I'm going to put this will be going in through a walkthrough. So I may actually have this book sent out and got it back before I get the other ones. But I got to have everything the same. But it's expensive to get these books graded.
And it sucks as long as it takes that, 6-month fast track.
Well, it's like 45 days right now for economy. So I'm hoping that I'll, with economy, and modern's getting better too, it looks like. So I'm going to have 2 different tiers. And I know you're not supposed to do that, but I really wanted to send off the Marvel Premiere and the Swamp Thing, and those just don't make the cut for economy, being, bronze or silver age. So I'm all good with it. But the other reason is, this is going to be like almost a $500 submission for me, and that's a lot. And we know that Dustin has been selling off a lot of his personal collection as of late, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send off some books to get graded to put on my Whatnot auctions to help cover the cost. So we're going to
you dirty flipper.
I mean, filthy, absolutely filthy, because I'm sending five 9.8 candidates of this X-Men 1, and these are selling anywhere from like $100 to $150 last time I looked. I got 5 of these jokers, so I plan on trying to sell them at a price point that will move them quickly and just get some of my money back. I'm not trying to set any records or, definitely hit that fair market value on them, whatever. If it does, cool. If it don't, whatever. But if it can help me out with the grading and pressing, and the shipping is what kills you, man. But,
yes.
If I can get these back by New Year's and get those X-Men sold and cover the cost, and then I can finish out the slab wall here, it'll be completely finished. I'll actually have a few extras for interchangeables. And then after that, I've got more books to send off, but we'll see how long these take. If these go out and come back in a decent time, maybe I'll send some more out, because I do have some that I did not put in this one. My Mr. Miracle #1, Forever People #1, a couple things like that, stuff like that I would have liked to put in here, but when I started getting up to $450 to $500 for the submission fees and stuff, I was like, hold on, let's make some selections here. So I have a good DC to Marvel ratio here, I think. No indies, but I do need to get my Walking Dead #1. I need to get that sent off.
Well, it's a counterfeit, so
yeah, whatever. I need to get that one sent off. That's going to cost me about $175 doing the walkthrough with shipping, and then I need to do my TMNT #1. And then I need to do the Ultimate Fallout 4. So I've got 3 walkthroughs I got to do at some point.
I cannot believe that one's not going to go ahead and go on the submission.
Well, it's going to
might as well.
It's going to be a walkthrough. I don't want to send it in. It's got to be a walkthrough. I don't want to send it in with just the regular modern tier, and they wouldn't do that anyway because of the price. You
don't want that book being all like,
I want it sitting there getting smashed up by a bunch of books for 8 months. I know that.
Getting lost at CGC, or and you don't want that book being touched by all of your filthy modern books that are just lowly X-Men ones.
Right. I don't need all that happen. Now those X-Men ones are fantastic. Everybody should have one. And when I
actually have one in my box. I didn't even know I had one.
It's crazy. It's crazy to see what those books have been doing recently, going for like 25. I have seen them sell on other people's whatnot auctions for upwards of $45.
Raw.
Wow. Yeah. Absolutely. Wow, for sure. So, but it'll be interesting to see which one of us gets our books back first, and hopefully they come back close to the same time so we can do an unboxing together. We have not done an unboxing together since our first one.
That's true.
So that would be cool to do one together and show off, because we've got some pretty stout books here to show off. You've got some really good stuff that I was super pumped that you finally purchased, because you've been whining and crying about wanting to buy them for a year now, and then I can't
prices,
get to buy them. Believe me, I know, because I am about priced out of the market on almost everything. If I hadn't grabbed most of this stuff that I have before this year, my collection would look a whole lot different. But I jumped on the train a little earlier than you did, luckily. So,
well, it's a lot of money to spend on one book.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
I'm smarter than you, so that's what I think. That's what happened. I jumped on it while you were reading Kanto and
I was reading
manga. I was buying Silver Age, Kirby, and Submariner ones, and I was doing my thing. And now we see who came out on top. That's all I'm gonna say.
That free COVID money, man. That free COVID money just destroying the market. But anyway,
it did. It really did.
But anyways, guys, let us know down in the comments what you think. What are the books that you're most excited about seeing coming back? And CGC or CBCS, I know it's going to be forever the internal debate, but now you have Diamond Comics. They're buying their new grader, and maybe they'll get into comic grading, and maybe we'll have a viable third option. I know people are going to say PGX, but to us, we'll never be able to get behind that with the true issues that they've had that go far and beyond anything CGC or CBCS have had. But anyways, let us know what you think down in the comments. We're super pumped about this, and at the end of the day, CGC sucks. 9-2 all day. You guys are the best part of Two Brothers Comics, and as always,
collect your way.
Unless it's through CGC, then maybe don't do that. Maybe go CBCS, but